Top 10 Things to Do in Portugal. Home to lots of spectacular scenery, age-old historical tourist attractions, and charming cities and towns, Portugal is one of Europe's most rewarding destinations. Lying along the west coast of the Iberian Peninsula, it boasts a rich history, heritage, and culture, much of which has been shaped by its relationship with the wild waters of the Atlantic Ocean that border it. While Portugal's romantic rural landscapes and scenic sun-kissed shores attract many people, just as many come for its incredible artistic and architectural treasures. 10. Marvão Castle. Perched atop a prominent peak in the Serra de São Mamede mountain range, Marvão Castle is blessed with phenomenal views over the surrounding area. Erected sometime in the 8th century, with countless repairs and renovations taking place later on, the castle is remarkably well preserved. Besides its weathered parapets and battlements, visitors can also find gates, towers, and an imposing keep, which now houses an interesting exhibition on the castle's long history. 9. Parque Nacional da Peneda Gerês. Sprawling over a huge area, Parque Nacional da Peneda Gerês lies in the northwest of Portugal on the border with Spain. The only national park in the country, it encompasses a staggering array of different ecosystems and landscapes, with much of the park being mountainous. Tucked away among its sweeping valleys and undulating hills are flower-filled meadows, lush forests, and pretty hiking trails. 8. Alcabaka Monastery. Dominating and defining the small city of Alcabaka Monastery is one of the most important and impressive monasteries in the whole of Iberia. Founded in 1153 by Afonso Henriques, the first king of Portugal, the massive monastic complex showcases gorgeous Gothic architecture, with fabulous facades and spectacular sculptures on show. While wandering around the medieval monastery, you'll come across a serene sacristy and refined refectory, as well as a colossal church and countless cloisters. 7. Ponta da Piedade. Jutting into the Atlantic Ocean, Ponta da Piedade is a picturesque and prominent group of rock formations that lie just outside the town of Lagos, along the Algarve's craggy coastline. Made up of stupendous sea pillars, rearing rock arches, and glorious grottos, the barren and windswept headland is bordered by twinkling turquoise waters. Appropriately meaning, Point of Mercy, in Portuguese, the dangerous yet dramatic-looking cliffs make for fabulous viewing, and many people kayak or take boat trips to see them up close. 6. Almendras Cromlich. Believed to date back all the way to the 6th millennium BC, Almendras Cromlich is a magnificent megalithic complex located just outside of Évora. Set in a circular pattern are around 95 menhirs clustered together in small groups. Despite having braved the elements for millennia, some of them still display faded carvings, while a couple bear small circular holes that were chiseled into them. 5. Bellum Tower. One of Lisbon's most iconic sites, Bellum Tower lies at the mouth of the Tagus River, with the vast waters of the Atlantic Ocean in the distance. Built in 1519, the sparkling white limestone bastion and tower are often seen as a symbol of the age of discoveries. It was from here that Portuguese explorers set off on their voyages. Despite having part of the city's defensive system, the tower exhibits some exquisite Manueline architecture, with many delicate decorations on show. 4. Ebitos Walled Town. Perched atop a hill in the Oeste region of Portugal, the small town of Ebitos is primarily known for its enchanting historic center, which is encircled by centuries-old city walls. Meandering around its medieval streets really is a treat, as lots of wonderful whitewashed churches and buildings line its pretty, flower-strewn squares. Hidden away among its cobbled streets are cozy cafes and traditional restaurants for visitors to try out, while the castle and its city walls are one of the main tourist attractions. 3. Porto Ribeira. Looking out over the waters of the Douro River, Ribeira is Porto's most popular district to visit. Lined by pastel-colored houses and buildings that tumble down the hillside, its waterfront promenade is one of the city's most scenic sights, with countless bars, restaurants and cafes found here. Scattered around the historic district are charming cobbled streets for you to explore, and historic sights and scenic streetscapes aplenty. 2. Pena Palace. Set atop a hill in the Sintra Mountains, Pena Palace is one of Portugal's most renowned, romantic and resplendent sites. It is visited by thousands of people every year. Completed in 1854, it showcases eclectic and exotic architecture, with colorful and creative features wherever you look. Painted in bright yellows and reds are gorgeous gates, fetching facades, and crenellated clock towers, with unique and unusual designs found within its royal residences. 2. 1. Alfama, Lisbon. Full of steep and narrow cobbled streets that wind down the hillside, Alfama is the oldest and most enticing of Lisbon's delightfully different districts. From beneath the walls of the castle of São Jorge to the shores of the Tagus River are a labyrinth of small streets and scenic squares for you to explore. These are home to charming cafes, traditional restaurants and lively bars. The age-old district has a lovely laid-back atmosphere, with the sound of melancholic fado music never far away.